Now, Mesa is a fantastic frame. She isn't just a gunslinger revolving strictly around her fourth ability, Peacemaker. She is a weapon platform frame in the truest sense, built around making gunplay feel powerful and effortless. If you're sick of constant nuking and casting abilities crazily, then you can resort to playing Mesa, a very chill, relaxed frame, almost AFK in the way she feels, if I'm being honest. In this video, I'm going to be talking about expectations for Mesa. Before you play her, what should you know? First things first, you're going to feel pretty powerful. Like I said, she makes gunplay feel effortless. Her first ability, Ballistic Battery, though not the best, pretty outdated. You can still save up damage into your Ballistic Battery, and then when you cast it, your next gunshot will deal an insane amount of damage. Depending on your build and your weapons build, obviously, you can obviously go straight into the millions of damage. It's absurd. And her second ability just outright increases the damage for you and your allies for your weapons, allowing you to do some insane amounts of damage with just your weapons. And beyond that, she has some amazing damage reduction with the third ability, Shatter Shield. If you have a decent strength build, you can get up to 95% damage reduction, and if you throw an adaptation in the mix, that 5% you'd be taking is now reduced down to just 1%, which will allow you to throw in Combat Discipline if you want, which will always activate Arcane Avenger, allowing you to always keep your critical chance activated, which definitely allows you to kill much quicker with your Peacemaker when Arcane Avenger is activated. It's just absurd. So essentially, her gameplay loop would usually be, regardless of your build, casting Shatter Shield for damage reduction, casting Shooting Gallery for extra damage, and then casting Peacemaker to watch the room just die, because all you have to do as a player while Peacemaker is activated is hold down the trigger button. Now, despite her reputation as a press 4 and win frame, Mesa isn't completely brainless, because you do have to reposition and be aware of your surroundings, because the moment you start taking damage, depending on what level content you're in, you're going to have to reposition and move so you don't die instantly. Because even if you have a full 99% damage reduction, if you go into something like an Archimedia, 1% of damage is enough to make you die. Now, this isn't that big of a caveat. It's extraordinarily simple to get used to. Knowing when to cast Peacemaker, which will make you stand still, and when not to do so, is something insanely easy. And now, the last thing you'll need for expectations is building up Regulator's Prime. For some reason, when there's an Exalted Weapon in the mix, some players just forget to build it entirely, which will leave them doing no damage with that Exalted Weapon. It's very important that you build it up, which will definitely require you to invest 1, 2, maybe even 3 Forma, depending on what level type of mod you're going to be using. You can of course always use the base level. You don't need the primed or galvanized version. You can just use the normal one, but you're still going to have to invest a little bit into your Exalted Weapon. So there's a little bit of cost that comes with an Exalted Weapon frame. Her builds would usually have to just revolve around critical chance, fire rate, critical damage, obviously, then the elemental combination for whatever faction type you're going up against. If you want a basic common one that will work well against almost any enemy type, corrosive and heat is usually a pretty good one, or viral and heat will also do the trick. It just depends on what you want to go for. Meanwhile, her main build will usually revolve heavily around having good strength, decent duration, with efficiency and range not being something you have to care too much about. Now, the reason you want a high duration and a little bit of efficiency in your build is because Peacemaker's energy drain is directly tied to your efficiency and duration. So you're going to want to have at least decent efficiency and high duration, so you can have Shatter Shield last much longer along with Shooting Gallery. So basically, if you want to play Mesa, she's perfect for players who enjoy gun-focused gameplay. If you want to get away from the nuking, she's great for that. If you prefer straightforward but effective kits, she's also pretty good for that. Nothing on her is convoluted in any way. You don't need to think too much. You can just read it and you know exactly what it is. And if you want a nice, reliable frame for high-level content, she'll do the job pretty well. Like I mentioned, her only form of survivability is Shatter Shield, but 95% isn't bad. It's pretty damn good. The only problem would be that Peacemaker locks you in place, but this can easily be changed with Mesa's Waltz, an augment mod for her which you can get, and having that will allow you to move while you're stuck in Peacemaker. But likewise, she's not good for players that prefer highly active ability rotations. Because you don't cast as much abilities with her, if you prefer casting abilities, she's just not going to be for you. If you enjoy constantly juggling multiple mechanics, which honestly I've yet to meet one, but I'd love to, she wouldn't be good for you either, because she doesn't have any mechanics really to juggle. If you want a lot of team support options, she's not good for you either, because while Shooting Gallery does offer a little bit of team support, it's not as much as other frames can. And if you just like standing still, she's definitely not for you. You're going to need a highly active frame for that. Also, I feel the need to mention that if you prefer melee focused gameplay, she'll definitely not be for you. She is pretty much only for guns. So basically, to end it off, Mesa isn't the most complex frame. She doesn't need to be. Her appeal, that I feel, mostly lies in delivering one of Warframe's most satisfying fantasies, being a rootin' tootin' cowboy, or cowgirl. And with that being said, that's just about it. Let me know what you think about Mesa. Personally, I think she's amazing. And she definitely does have that space cowgirl theme going for her, which is always nice. They should have made her first ability instead of ballistic battery. They should have made it a lasso which crowd controls. That would have went hard. And with that being said, until next time.